is the enforcer of the bloodline. Rey Mysterio doing the honors for Solo Sikoa. So check out this clip.
Sure.
Samoan Spike. Sikoa puts away Rey Mysterio.
So he's clearly heard on mic thanking Rey Mysterio.
I couldn't hear it.
You didn't hear it? All right.
No.
You got to really hear it. You got to listen real close.
I'm going to come up to the...
Yeah, he ducks his head in. Let me rewind it here.
Okay.
Samoan Spike. Sikoa puts away Rey Mysterio.
You catch that?
No, but I believe
Oh, okay. All right. So he leans his head in. And he says, "Thank you," right on the mic. You know, you can hear it. He talk. You didn't see him tuck his head in. He says it.
Yeah, I saw him tuck his head. I couldn't hear him say thank you.
So he says, "Thank you." I like to see that. You know, I don't want to hear it because, you know, you probably shouldn't be seeing that because of reasons. But sure. I like to see the respect for a veteran. And the fact it's coming from one of the Samoan Dynasty members, I think it even adds to the fact that there is still hope for the respect of the business. Do you like to see that as a veteran?
We've always thanked each other during matches, after matches. So I don't see this as being like different or a shock or whatever. You always thank the person that you're working with. You always take care of the person you're working with, unless a shoot happens. And we've discussed that on other episodes, which is unfortunate. But the first thing you do when you come through the curtain, if you're not hurt, is you wait for your opponent to come through the curtain and you embrace them and you say thank you. And you go over what you just did. Is there anything we messed up on? Is there anything we can improve on? This is just common courtesy in the business. So we've said it in the ring before, but they're so heavily mic'd, like you said, like the ring is mic'd, you can hear everything. You know, he might have wanted to wait to get to the back to do something like that. But yeah, it's endearing. I mean, you're out there protecting each other. You want each other to look good. It benefits both of you. It benefits the company. It helps elevate you. Why would you not thank somebody? It's just, it's what's been done for generations.
Yeah, it was a great match too. I was able to check that out on Monday Night Raw last night. You know, Rey looks very good, and Solo's the next big star. I think next big monster heel that they're building. But
yeah,
you know, I mean, they heavily mic the rings, and that kind of stinks. And you know, yeah, he could have waited maybe 2 minutes and said it behind the curtain. But you know, talking in the ring, it gets picked up. You know, what do you do in that situation? Do you try to hide it?
Anytime that I noticed two guys leaning over to each other, in my head, I'm thinking, okay, they're calling a spot. They're talking about something. So I would try to pull a distraction, bang on the mat, make the crowd come up to cover that so that nobody can hear what they're talking about. Because at times, especially if I saw things go not the way they're supposed to go, you know, sometimes things happen. Cover some stuff up. You don't ever want to let the fans hear a spot being called or something being, you know, discussed in the ring. So I always tried to keep my eyes open and not taking away from them, because to me that's a dull spot right there. Nothing's going on. They're going over something. So you try to get the crowd into. You bang on the mat a little bit. You clap your hands. You turn around and you make them, you know, give them the finger, or as if you're a heel, just something to where they collectively make a noise and they cannot hear what's going on in the ring. But for something like this, a thank you. It's the end of the match. You can't hide something like that. So, you know, endearing, yes. Now I wouldn't have picked that up because you played it twice for me. I didn't hear it.
Yeah.
Maybe some people missed it. You have ears like radar. I don't know. You heard. You got your headphones on too. Yeah. But you know, it's been done. It's nothing new to thank the person you're working with, and if you don't thank them, you're just a dick.
Right. No, I understand it's nothing new to thank them, but I just, you know, I like the fact that, it's a guy that he's clearly on the rise. He's got that
Yeah.
pedigree
Well, you
of
have a legend putting you
yeah,
over. So of course he's passing the torch on, which is something we talked about. What was it, last week or so? I mean,
yep,
it's great. It excuse me, it's a great moment for him, and he should be thanking him. But maybe next time thank him when there's no mic involved and
yeah.
people can't hear you. But yeah,
We'll do a watch along, and I love when you'll say like, "Oh, now they're they missed a spot," and then you see them down, and the hair's over the face, and you can tell that's where they're
they're covering
getting
it.
yeah they're getting themselves back together,
Sure.
and then they're getting themselves back up. So you've pointed them out to me before, where okay, yeah, that's where they're getting a regroup session,
Yeah, and
or they're just in the corner and you hear it.
well, fans might not know that,
Right.
but that's what's going on, or somebody's hurt. So we have to figure out, what's our next move here. And it's, that's why it's nice to have a manager at ringside, because they can help, take the attention off of them and bring it on to, whoever is on the outside, and try to buy a couple minutes to regroup and get the match going and maybe take it home. I don't know. Sometimes you have to think on the fly, and that's part of wrestling.
I mean, I don't know if they had a delay going with this one, but all they could have actually done is gone to another camera, and they wouldn't have picked up that mic. And the shot that we
Well, they
just
didn't
went
know it
off-
was coming.
right, but if they picked up
couldn't
another
have- they
camera
couldn't have-
angle,
But they couldn't have switched it. They didn't know it was coming.
no, but if they were on a delay, the truck is going to hear him saying those words. They could have picked up another
Yeah, but
angle.
maybe they
could
weren't
have
on a
grabbed it
delay.
from another. Right, that's what I'm saying. If they
Yeah.
might not have had the delay going,
No.
they could have picked it up from this guy's side or from
Yeah.
the
But
other side of
again,
the ring.
not everybody. I didn't hear it. I just didn't hear it. So
This is what I was trained to do when I worked there. So that's why another reason I saw this on Twitter, but that's when I went back and listened to it. But this is when I sat in the production studio, you had to go back and you had to say, okay, what camera do we have to pick up and switch to when, there was obvious talking or where there was a shot to the head and they had to change the camera angle. So
was this called out on Twitter, or is this you calling it out?
no, this was called out. This was called
it was called out. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, worse things have happened. I don't think it's a big deal. It's fine.
No, not a big deal, but I just, again,
No.
good job on Solo. He's on the rise.
Yeah, good for him.
And those Samoans, man, can't
There's
hold
like a
them down.
million.
There's a million. There's more coming.
They're all super talented. We love them. YouTube, it's the Queen of Extreme Francine letting you know that starting April 1st, YouTube will be the home for the Eyes Up Here experience. Along with my co-host Chad, we will be bringing you the best interviews with the hottest stars from wrestling and the entertainment industry. Plus, channel members get access to exclusive video content that includes watch-alongs and much, much more. Subscribe and ring that bell so you get the notifications, and I hope to see you at our next live.